Hi, my name is Kevin Furman. I'm a percussionist and I've been playing and teaching for over 25 years, and I'm here to shed some light on rolling in the drumming world. So if you haven't checked out steps 1 through 4, you really should go do that. And if you don't want to roll, then I guess move on. Anyway, so rolling, usually people have a lot of tension and they don't play very well. They have a limited range. You know, it tends to be kind of in that medium, loud, maybe soft range, and it's very uneven, tense, not relaxed. Okay, not a full range of expression, not able to play super fast or super slow. Right, very difficult to do something like this or that, and everything in between. So this whole series is really geared towards trying to get people to that point where they can have the maximum range of control they want and play soft, loud, slow, fast, whatever, any combination thereof. Anyway, so here we are, step 5. Okay, if you haven't seen 1 through 4, really you should go do that. Step 5 has a lot to do with the open roll again, the double bounce or double stroke roll, right, right, left, left. But right now we're just working on hands separate. So in all this step, please don't try to go back and forth or do any of the rolling, like what we think of as a roll. This is still exercise training, muscle training type thing. So please follow the instructions, and that will help you way better than if you try to just jump ahead and start rolling right away with what you think is going on. All right, so here's the deal. 1 through 3 had to do with the free stroke and really not squeezing. So if you still find yourself getting tense or pain on the underside of your forearm, you need to get rid of squeezing the stick. That's a really good sign that you're still squeezing. Or if your fingers hurt, or if you're getting blisters. Okay, so those signs are you're squeezing, you've got tension, you need to get rid of that. Go to steps 1 through 3, that should get rid of that. Step 5 has to do with very similar thing in step 4, in that we're going to leave all fingers on the stick now. And what you want to do is make sure when you hit the drum, is you feel the stick push these back 3 fingers around with, when it's bouncing. So you can feel the stick pushing your fingers. That's the whole idea. So let me give you step 5. Here's what it would look like. Right, so I'll start here. I drop the stick, let the stick hit 2 times, and then I pick it up. Now, ideally, slower is better. Okay, slower bounce is much better right now. It'll help your brain understand how it feels. If you try to go too quick, like fast, usually what happens is it turns into lots of bounces. You'll get more than 2, and you really don't get a feel for what the control that you need to do this well. So slower really is better. Make sure your fingers stay on the stick. So even if they move quite a bit, right? Even if you're moving your fingers around a lot, you still want to keep your fingers on the stick. They're still touching. So that's the idea. 2 hits only. One thing to keep in mind is after it hits the second time, when it's hitting, the way I think of it is when it hits the second drum, I'm grabbing the stick. So as it's hitting the second time, I'm already thinking about pulling the stick back up. So ideally it's about there. Okay, so you want to think of speed-wise, da-da, da-da. About that fast. Anything faster than that might work, but I wouldn't recommend it. Slower is better. Anything slower than that might be asking a bit much. You can do it as you get better with control. Obviously, both hands, you want to try to do the same sort of thing. Da, 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 da. Just give you an idea of how that works. So just show you a few of those. So a couple things to watch is make sure your fingers are all touching the stick, like I already said. Also, make sure you're not helping, so it doesn't turn into 2 wrist motions. Right? So not down, up like that. That would be incorrect. You want 1 down, 1 up. Down, up, down, up. All the while, you're still feeling the stick push these fingers, and you're always in contact with the stick with these fingers. So those are the 2 main things to really watch. All the usual technique things that I talked about in the intro and or the other steps, please follow those too. If you don't know what I mean, check them out. Right? Now, here's what I recommend. For a week, you want to do each hand for at least a minute. So you sit down and you just put a timer on for a minute, right? You just do this. Always kind of reset. Don't try to go too quickly. Don't try to okay, I'm gonna do a whole bunch. It's meant to feel the stick push your fingers. The whole point is to feel that motion, not how many times you can do it in a minute. Okay, that'll come later. We'll go fast. This isn't about speed yet. Okay, some of the other steps later on are speed. Right now, it's just about feeling the stick, do all the work, push your fingers around, and get 2 hits only, and then pick the stick back up. That's the whole point. So you do a minute with your right hand, you do a minute with your left hand. If you want to reverse that, fine, whatever. But do them in each hand every day, right? So as you're going to sit down and practice, you're like, I'm going to do my technique stuff. I'm going to get ready to practice. I'm going to jam on my set, whatever, right? I would recommend take 2 minutes and put your timer on and just do this. Like really get into the technique of it. Watch your hand. Make sure that you got your fulcrum right. Now you're not squeezing the stick at all. You're letting the stick do all the work. So that's basically it. It's really simple. If you followed 1 through 4, it's actually very simple. You just got to get used to only 2 hits. So if it made sense, great. If it didn't, send me an email and I'll be happy to clarify as best I possibly can. Thanks for checking out these 10 steps to unbelievable rolls. Appreciate you checking it out. And if you got any questions, let me know. We'll see you at step 6. Take care.